Your reaction, sir?
Normally I would laugh in derision if the issues involved were not so grave. What PDP is engaging in is a decoy. A decoy in the sense that whilst we are looking at very weighty and serious issues, they are trying to use, non-issues to distract Edo electorate. Today, in the courts, 7 known thugs of the PDP with arms that were arrested in the premises of the Edo State House of Assembly, who had the mandate to kill 17 members at their inauguration, were paraded by the police and arraigned in court. Because they know that will make the front headlines tomorrow and make the front burners in the evening broadcast, they have come up with this to try and distract the media from that weighty issue. We have said it constantly and consistently that APC, because we are on ground, we know that we win this election, we want the election to take place. As a matter of fact, our flag bearer, Pastor Sagi Ezeyamu, said he wants to beat Godwin Obaseki at the polls during the elections before he is removed from office through other processes. So we have no reason to want to disrupt the elections. We have no reasons to want to abort the election. We want a peaceful election. We are campaigning for it because our campaign is issue-based, based on the simple agenda that was authored and midwifed by Pastor Sagi Ezeyamu. So we have no reason at all to want to orchestrate violence or write results. That will not happen, it will not take place. PDP should explain what the 7 thugs were doing at the House of Assembly premises on the day of the inauguration of 17 members. They were going to kill them. And so those very valiant people and brave people had to invoke the doctrine of necessity. That was why they were inducted outside the premises of the House of Assembly.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome.
And they have also said that the simple agenda of Pastor Sagi Ezeyamu cannot clear the ruts that Oshomole left behind, that the problem Oshomole left behind cannot be tackled by a mere simple agenda.
You see, again, it does. I would have said it does not warrant me adding value to that puerile statement. Why do I say that? Governor Obaseki came into office on the mantra of continuity. He was part of Oshomole's government for 8 years. Oshomole actually said he was part of the engine room of his administration. But at that point, Godwin was an unknown factor. Somebody actually described him as an unripe mango in 2016. We did not know as much about him then as we do now. So if Godwin Obaseki has been in office for 4 years, from 2016 to 2020, and it is at the tail end of his administration, now that he's seeking re-election, that suddenly he says that there was a rot in Oshomole's administration. He was part and parcel of it. He was the engine room. He was the executioner. So he cannot be absorbed. But having said that, he has just come up with what he calls his mega, making Edo great again. But for us, we say it is making Edo grounded again. Why do we say that? He has been in office for 4 years, and he ran all the institutions, all the structures down. Infrastructures are not in place, health services are not in place, education is not in place. And suddenly, at the end of 4 years, he realizes that there's a rot in Edo State. For him to say making Edo State great, making Edo great again, means that Governor Obaseki accepts, as a matter of fact, that he ran Edo as run in the past 4 years. So this new administration will now make Edo great again. That's a simple explanation of his mega. So for him to claim that is for him to claim that is turning the truth on its head.
So the simple agenda is simple enough to address.
No, you see, it is simple things, and those who are not versed in what we might call the nuances of language, that will say that the simple agenda cannot solve the problem of Edo State. Pastor Sage Azebamwen, who is the visionary, the author of the Simple Agenda, merely used an acronym. Simple means a few principles that will be used. Security, that's S, security and social infrastructure. I is infrastructure. M is manpower development. P is public-private partnership. L is leadership by example, and E is empowerment and employment. So you find that in the simple agenda cuts across all the strata of governance. It covers everything that any responsible government needs to do to bring the dividends of democracy to the electorate. And that is what will take Edo State to the next level.
Thank you very much, sir.